Hello everyone, Jacob from the Pre-Order Bonus here, giving you an update on indie games and reminding you of some of the most highly anticipated games from smaller studios that you may have forgotten about. We found 5 indie titles, most of them follow-ups to smash successes, that we've lost track of or haven't heard from much lately. These games have at least been pushed back once or twice, and their launch dates I'm sure are even more muddled with the current pandemic. These games are promising heavy hitters, and we hope that they come out this year without any further delays. Often compared to Mobius's popular art style, Sable looks to be a promising non-combat open-world experience in a fantasy desert. Coming from a small team of expert devs at Shedworks, this game looks absolutely stunning, with a fresh art direction that will shake up the gaming industry. With a soundtrack written by indie sensation Michel Zauner of Japanese Breakfast fame, it's a surefire hit. Originally slated for a 2019 release, it was featured in a number of Xbox promos and press conferences, but since its postponement into 2020 has remained under the radar. We know that it'll be on Steam and Xbox, but given the drought of news, we don't know too much else that we haven't learned from previous trailers and briefings. Given how much buzz this game generated even on announcement, we know we're not the only ones holding out for more info leading up to a 2020 release. Okay, if it's been a while since we've heard anything from Shedworks about Sable, well yeah, this next game seems lost in time. The Last Night first debuted in a small games competition in 2015 and later picked up steam, eventually showing a 2017 E3 trailer with Xbox. This is not your grandma's pixel art retro style Blade Runner game. Yeah, you might describe it that way, but it looks like a 2.5D side-scroller, pixels animated with expert precision, late night binge in a neon lit undercity. It looks good. It's no wonder that it stirred up plenty of interest back in 2017. And then on December 31st, 2018, Tim Surratt from Odd Tales, the studio behind the game, announced on Twitter that the game was encountering some massive financial, legal, and business issues. Awful news, but the game is still chugging along. Nearly a year later to the day, Odd Tales released a 30-second Merry Christmas video that proved that the heart was still beating. Hopefully, however, we hear or see something else before December 2020. The Last Night doesn't quite make the leap from 2D to 3D, but the successor to Heart Machine's brilliant Hyperlight Drifter sure will. Solar Ash Kingdom, confirmed to be set in the same universe as Hyperlight Drifter, made a splash when it was announced just over a year ago. The jump to 3D has been kind for Heart Machine, retaining the familiar pinks, purples, greens, and blues from Hyperlight Drifter in smooth polygons and stunning environments. Aside from the original announcement trailer, however, not much else has been said. Heart Machine's Twitter has been relatively quiet on the subject, and a quick scan online doesn't reveal anything else. We can bet, based on Hyperlight Drifter, that Solar Ash Kingdom will have plenty of story and world building tucked away throughout the game. To really know what it is, we'll just have to wait and see, hopefully later this year. Another visual stunner, Eastward, developed by Pixel Studios, is a vibrant RPG that takes us to a post-apocalyptic world. This game somehow recalls pop culture niches Gravity Falls and Earthbound, while retaining its own flavor. The creatures you can encounter are equally as impressive as the environments in which you fight them. The animations from the trailer look fluid and incredibly meticulous. You play as John, a miner who meets a mysterious girl named Sam, and explore the world together for some reason? There's not too much else detailed about this game. Ever since we heard it was coming to Switch in addition to PC in 2020, there's been a relative lull. Eastward has been pinging on the outer edges of the radar since August 2019, about 8 months ago. Okay, so I'm cheating when I bring up this game for the last entry in this video. Technically, The Last Delicious Course is not a standalone game, but a DLC to the tough as nails platformer / boss rush Cuphead. Way back in July 2018, M-THU Studio informed us that the DLC was going to be postponed from 2019 to 2020. That was in 2018. We've read the interviews, we know that Cuphead was an incredibly difficult game to make, and we'll be patient for it. A part of me hopes that the DLC is pulling a Hollow Knight and actually becoming a full-fledged sequel a la Silksong. The Last Delicious Course features a playable Miss Chalice and all new bosses. Who knows what the story will be? When you defeat the devil, who else could possibly take his place as the big bad? No idea, but frankly, we don't care because we're confident that Studio M-THU will knock this one out of the park, even if we haven't heard from them in over a year. Fingers crossed it releases in 2020. Those are our top 5 games that we haven't heard from in a long time. Many of them were postponed into 2020, and we hope that this year sticks for them, since we're excited to get our hands on them. Although we haven't heard much from the studios behind these games, if you have news for us, please leave them in the comments. Thank you for watching, and join us in our conversations, analysis, and more news about video games by following us on Twitter at PreorderCast, or tuning in to our streams on mixer.com/chipdip18 or mixer.com/rockisback. See you there.